Alright, so I tried to record this earlier, but then I totally lost my train of thought. So now I'm just gonna try to go at it again and wing it. Here we go. So I believe now that I understand that the awareness that I spoke of earlier in my Three Selves video is actually something akin to a non-dual state, sort of. There are kind of two parts to non-duality slash enlightenment slash whatever. First is understanding that you are the awareness thing, you know? Just awareness without shape or form or time or space or anything, completely just being aware of all of these sensations and realizing that everything just kind of happens by itself. It's just, this is the thing that's kind of happening around you, and you are the thing that's aware of it, right? Awareness and objects, as Rupert Spira would put it. And from that point of view, truly, there is no real control, and so all of the self-improvement stuff is, I don't know, it's just fun to do, but it's not, I don't know, it's just, there's no actual, you can't control your own life, basically, your little thought processes. I mean, can't control your life. It just already does itself. There's nothing that getting yourself worked up over will help, right? Because you're just the awareness and things are just happening. That's where you actually are. Everything else happens by itself. So you just let it happen. Second part is where, you realize that this is just it. This is just what's happening. There is no self. There is only, you know, awareness that is everything. Like, it's impossible to speak about, so look it up. Look up somebody who talks about it a lot better than I do. I don't know if I'm there yet anyway. But that doesn't matter, because I feel like that's sort of second stage, possibly final stage of non-duality, right? Or, removing stages, removing self, if you want to go that way. Anyway. But the first stage is all we need to worry about right now, because it's all I'm talking about. Whew, what an intro. So the awareness is, the third self in my theory, whereas the mind is the second and the body is the first, right? So I noticed that my becoming aware of awareness and my enlightenment process occurred when, it was of course my awareness first, honestly, but my awareness, was kind of lost amidst ideas or a goal that I set for myself or something that I decided to think about all the time, and then I started to define myself as or by, right? But once I started in on this improvement idea, for whatever reason, the mind started trying to improve the body. You see, like through skills and through, trying to do things better, to learn better things, things like that. Just general trying to improve the way that things work, right? And then you have a strategic kind of self or thought process that you can also label as the awareness, because the awareness is a real part of you. You see? It's some crazy meta shit, because your awareness creates the mind self thoughts that you believe that you are, right? And then the you that you believe that you are creates kind of a moral code based on its own understanding of actual awareness. And this understanding of actual awareness still has that sense of self attached to it. It's crazy. And so it's a really interesting, how do I say, because you can't actually become awareness as, your mind or your thoughts, or your separate self, or the illusion, the whole thing. You can't actually become awareness, but you can be guided by whatever you think awareness is going to do or going to be. And it's just a fun strategy, especially if you can abide as awareness for any length of time. You start to actually be able to record awareness with your mind as part of the thinking strategies. Uh, and so, through this process, the mind began to study awareness. And the mind, knowing that improvement is still the thing to do, decided to then improve the mind, right? Obviously. So it followed this moral compass of awareness and tried to improve itself, right? Which was to kill itself, to destroy the ego, right? To improve itself to the point of non existence. It's one way to stop thinking about things all the time, I guess. But that's kind of what happened to me, I guess. And I mean, it's not permanent. I'm not professing anything about enlightenment or whatever, but it's just a bunch of observations I've made since I've been doing this shit for quite a while now. I thought I'd share it with anyone who's interested. Anyway, to move on with the real story, the mind improved the body, then the mind improved the mind, and now awareness abides while the rest has been, you know, kind of purified or improved to the point of being relaxed and natural. And it's a weird, long, hard road, I guess. And now I'm even still, improving on other things, just because that's what happens now. This is just apparently my life, and apparently I make videos, which I guess is fun. I'm having a good time, so I'm okay, right? Says the thought, says the mind. And I mean, I'm in fairly good shape. I could treat myself a little better, but, so the body's fairly happy, and awareness can't be anything but. Or however, whatever non feeling, blissful feeling you want to call it. So life's basically good at all times, except when I get caught up in my mind thoughts again. I feel like this turned into like a vlog. But whatever, I hope that it's good. I guess that kind of ends the rant, but that was my pathway from zero, from a normal person who did nothing. That was my path from normal zero to enlightenment through pure logical improvement patterns that I will talk about on my channel and will help you just improve the heck out of your life and maybe reach enlightenment, apparently. If this pathway works for anyone else, let me know. Because if it does, maybe I'm onto something. But if not, then it's just my own shit, so we'll see. Thanks, have a good one.